Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against Grey. Today we're going to chat about Lumineth Realm-Lords. Why? Well, finally we are getting a Lumineth Realm-Lords release for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and you can pre-order the battle box for Lumineth Realm-Lords this coming Saturday. Awesome. We'll talk more about that battle box in a minute, but for now we'll talk about what we're going to talk about in this video, and obviously we'll talk about the battle box and a few other snippets of information we've got and sort of the models we're getting in there. I want to go into what my own personal scheme for the Lumineth Realm-Lords and what I'm planning with them, also how I'm planning to sort of go with the first original purchases and stuff like that. I probably do want to buy some of these Lumineth Realm-Lords. I mean, it's no secret I absolutely love everything about them. But yeah, let's get into the video properly and chat some Lumineth Realm-Lords. So it's been no secret that I'm a big fan of the Lumineth Realm-Lords. I love everything from the crazy cow helm to the giant battle cattle, mountain cow god things, and just the generic high elf looking troops as well. And I'm a big fan of the Technos model type. I really like everything about the Lumineth Realm-Lords. I think they're a fantastic army range, and I can't wait to get them on my paint desk and on my gaming table. So what exactly is going to be released? Well, the Lumineth Realm-Lords are going to go on pre-order next Saturday, and it will just be the original army box we saw going on pre-order then. So that army box contains obviously the Light of Eltharion, 10 of the Venari Orlan I forget, Wardens, and 5 of the Dawn Riders. Inside the box you also get the special dice, some cards, a cool little combat gauge, magic and cards for other things you might not otherwise normally get, tokens for your army, and also a limited edition battle tome only available inside that box. Now this is all that's going on pre-order, just a single box. It very much will be like the Sisters of Battle release that 40k got, and that they released this battle box to begin with, and then later down the line, you know, almost a month later, they got their actual range out. I'm not quite sure on the actual timeline of that, but it's going to be enough to sort of get our palates wet with Lumineth Realm-Lord goodness and just get cracking on with some of the amazing troops. I mean, they've got one of the best models in the range in that box in the Light of Eltharion, and he's an absolute beast of a character. We've seen all his rules, and you can go back on the channel and find the video I did on the Light of Eltharion, sort of talking about all his abilities and such. But yeah, so this is going to be the box that's coming out. Now, they showed us a little bit of stuff and sort of gave us some hints of what's going to be what in the article that they released, and probably the biggest thing that came out of it was that we're going to be getting 3-inch range on the Venari Orlan Warden spears now, or pikes as they've now called them. They're officially pikes. So this is interesting for 2 reasons. First of all, it's pretty obvious now that they are going to be on 32mm bases now, so 3-inch range all of a sudden doesn't seem quite as important, because you're not going to be getting quite as many in with that 3-inch reach because you're 32mm bases. However, it's a nice thing to see 3-inch range. Everyone was wanting it, and I'm really glad they're going to have it. I mean, pikes are cool, and pikes should have this ridiculously long range. They also showed off some of the kits and some of the bits and pieces that we're getting from the various kits. And those Venari Orlan Wardens seem like they go together pretty simply. There seems to be a few legs that are all separate and stuff, and some swords. And those pikes are one piece, which I'm really happy about. I was really worried if those pikes were going to be multiple pieces, and then you just have bent pikes all over the place as they don't set and glue properly in place. The shields are separate, which are nice. And then on the Dawn Riders as well, the riders are completely separate from the mounts by the looks of it, which is really cool. We then get quite a good look at the Light of Eltharion as well, and he's a really interesting sort of model because we get to see all the cool bits of him and how this model sort of goes together and works. And you can see that part of his back is like held up by some leaves, and that was a rumor engine as well. And then we've got other bits of him that are held up by one of his feet, holds up the other foot, and it's just and the other foot just sort of stands alone. I'm not sure if anything actually connects to the other foot. Can't really tell by the sprue, but it's a really cool model. I can't wait to put that together and see just how it goes together. Yeah, I think this Lumineth Realm-Lords, like, I'm really excited for them. I've seen a lot of people sort of chatting and talking about how, like, we're only getting the army box. They did say it was going to be a strictly limited release of this army box as well. Probably fear not, though. I think there'll be enough to go around. Like, this is a completely new army. I think they've well stocked this one. Hopefully they have. Like, they seem to have a lot more stock hanging around from Aether War, and the more recent box sets they've done ever since we had that issue with Feast of Bones where that just dried up almost instantly. But I'll definitely be pre-ordering 1, maybe 2 or 3 if I can get my hands on them. But I won't be too fussed if I can, and I'll probably just I've got some friends who want the battle tomes just to read as well, so it'll be able to spread out the love, and I'll probably just keep the troops for myself. So next up, I wanted to chat a little bit about the scheme that I'm planning to do for my Lumineth Realm-Lords. There's been quite a few people just sort of chatting and trying and testing out their scheme, and I used to have this exact scheme done on my old Wood Elves. I've played Wood Elves for many years. I played them all throughout Warhammer Fantasy, pretty much from the 2006 release, and actually even before that. They were some of my first models, but I really like this winter scheme that they added into the Wood Elves range when they did the upgrade, and this was just a nice sort of tone up from the one I did from the 2006 release that was in the book back then. And so I thought, well, why not? We'll bring back some winter elves and we'll do a winter themed Lumineth army, and I'll use this colour scheme. I really like sort of the cold grey blues that it's got all over the armour. It's got a nice sort of silver armour, and the browns are sort of edge highlighted with greys and stuff like that, so it brings it all together, and it's got a nice sort of pale flesh tone to go with it. You can see it's got that purpley sort of dark blue grey cloak that sort of covers the top part there, and then goes much more very almost Space Wolvy in the colour scheme, I guess, for these. But this is what I plan on doing for the Lumineth. I'm still not sure how I'm going to tackle the big mountain dudes, and maybe I'll go for like some snow-covered mountains or something like that, and that might be the way I go with them. And the horses will be probably whites and light greys and stuff like that. I'll play around with a few different colours, maybe some Palomino horses, which are the white with black spots. And just have a general look and see what I think I can come up with. But this is probably what I'm going to go with for my Lumineth Realm-Lords. So I'd really like to hear what you guys are all planning on doing for your own schemes with the Lumineth Realm-Lords. If you've got any thoughts or ideas, or let me know down in the comments below if you've got anything at all. But I think that's enough for this video today, so we're going to end it here. It's a good chat about Lumineth Realm-Lords. I'd like to know what everyone's thinking about them all. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and a special thank you to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon, our Cinderful Guard Militia, Christian Weir and Philip Ward, and our Cinderful Free Guild... No, I have spelled that wrong.